The meaning of life. Earlier today, I took a video of a small lizard about the length of my pinky finger here that was riding on the windshield wiper of a car while I was a passenger in that car riding to Walmart to collect some snacks for Super Bowl Sunday. It was a rough Super Bowl to watch if you're a Broncos fan or if you enjoyed a close game. That's beside the point. I titled the video The Atheist Meaning of Life and posted it on YouTube. The video had no real exposition other than me sillily commenting about this lizard. That's it. A lizard riding on the windshield of a car, driving a couple miles down the road. The meaning of life. Why would I do such a thing? It's because the meaning of life is as much of a non sequitur, a non relevant, meaningless thing as the lizard riding on the windshield wiper of a car. It's pointless. It's silly. It's interesting in a superficial sense. But those who are religiously inclined think that this is the super weapon, the ace in the hole, the heavy handed finisher of their argument. The meaning of life is blank. The meaning of life is the answer to an individual question among an army of individuals, among 7 point some odd billion individuals who all possess 7 odd billion individual lives with 7 odd billion individual possible meanings. I made a video that was meaningless, without meaning, just an interesting event in only the most slight sense. Entitled it The Meaning of Life to a non religious minded person. Offered no exposition, no clarification, and posted it. Why did I do that? Wikipedia says in its very first sentence on the article describing red herring as something that is meant to distract from the real meaning of something or the real answer to something. Life has no such simple answer as the ultimate meaning. It is a red herring. It is a distraction. It is a hand waving, smoke and mirrors type thing. I think it's so unfortunate that the trump card of a Christian apologist is that if you don't believe in any God, let alone ours, then what meaning does your life have? My answer comes from the Bible. A favorite of atheists who read the Bible is 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I thought as a child, and I understood as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. The meaning of life is a childish thing. A life is nothing but a period of time, a human life, in which experiences are experienced, actions are made, decisions are considered and made. And though I am so reluctant to say that all people are unique, that everyone is a snowflake, I am willing to say that no one person's meaning, importance, value, worth, reward is derived in the same way. And to try to posit God, any God, any singular idea in any discipline is the meaning of life, is childish. And I would even go as far to say cowardly. There is no meaning of life. It is a red herring. If we as human beings consider reward, worth, value, and meaning from positive experiences, then your meaning of life is your positive experiences. And if your religion is that positive experience through which you gain meaning, then voila, it is your, as an individual, meaning of life. Congratulations. But it is not the ultimate meaning of life. Even if a God existed and had predetermined your life in all of its events, and predetermined how you felt about it, and predetermined how you considered it and applied it, that God has only predetermined your meaning of life. And only because you chose to consider his opinion and his predetermination your meaning of life. Now, I, as an individual, only have my life to consider and only have my experiences to genuflect on and to weigh in terms of their reward and their worth and their value. And I could not possibly have the same answer as you. Whether I was a Christian or Hindu or a Muslim or a Buddhist or Shintoist or an atheist. I, as an individual, consider my life as a series of finite events, of small thoughts within my own mind, and can only consider how I feel about them and what they are worth to me. Now, aside that a God exists or does not, aside that there is an ultimate meaning or is not, when we really consider what we mean by meaning, by worth, by reward, by value, by virtue, by anything, we have only ourselves and our own feelings to consider. And we alone choose those. Whether a God exists or not is irrelevant. So to use the meaning of life as a justifier or an explanation, explainer, or to use the meaning of life as an answer to anything is a red herring, is a non sequitur, is a childish thing, an appeal to emotion. So, whether you're a Christian or not, and you hear somebody justify the existence of God or the non existence of God, or you see them justify anything, and they say the phrase to you, meaning, you should know that the argument at hand forbids the phrase meaning as a justifier. Because meaning only applies to one person. And it is cowardly to posit a God as a meaning with the hope that however large of a group believes in that God will automatically attribute themselves and their own entire lives to the word meaning as you describe it. It is a childish thing. You need to do better, as Cheeky Vimto08 says. Hitting below the belt shouldn't be considered winning a fight. And those who think that a shot below the belt is a grand and penultimate excellent move that justifies something are also people thinking childishly. So remember that. Thanks for watching, everybody. And please comment below with your own thoughts on the consideration of meaning as a justifier for any argument. Because meaning is a transitive, nebulous term that can only apply to an individual. And if we are justifying on the group level, especially on the level of an entire race of beings, we deserve better, and one who is arguing should do better.